Could you believe that Truckaleski line? 1, 2, 3. Matt, Nick, and Andy.
Pretty good hockey players.
They are good hockey players. They had over 150 points between them, and I think 3 points separated the three of them.
Terry Skrypick, maybe looking at him in about 6-7 years from now.
I'm sure he will.
Hill Murray. Let's look at the total saves now in the game, and it's pretty even. Horvath with 17 and Rich Jacklin for Hibbing 18. Really indicative of how close this game is. Hibbing and Hill Murray are tied at 2-all. WCCO television production facilities have been provided in part by Hilltop Trailer Sales in Northeast Minneapolis, a leader in the RV business since 1951. Well, 1 year ago tonight, Hill Murray defeated Hibbing 4-3 in overtime in the quarterfinals. We may be headed for such a game again. Let's turn it upstairs to Chris and Lou.
You certainly have that feeling. You know, every statistic is dead even except one, and that is penalties. And Hibbing's got to stay out of the penalty box.
Well, that's right. And Hibbing really had an unfortunate thing happen to him. When we were talking about the 5-on-4 versus 4-on-3, when Horvath took that penalty, that gave him an extra 5% advantage, Hill Murray, because instead of having a 20% advantage, you got a 25% advantage. On top of that, I think a mistake was made down on the ice. If you noticed, Todd Valento served that penalty for Hill Murray. When a goalie gets a penalty, it should be someone off the ice. Valento was not on the ice, and yet they allowed him to come off the bench, serve the penalty, which allowed Hill Murray, with his best shooters on the ice, to keep him on the ice. So they got twofold, double advantage there.
They maintained their best power play, right? Nevertheless, it all went according to the way Hill Murray wanted it, and they ended up with a goal by Sean Fabian, and it is 2-2 after 2 periods of play, and it's going to be a heck of a third.
Well, I would think that the coach talked to the Hibbing players about staying out of the penalty box. Hill Murray not only has that very potent power play, over 50% during the regular season. Right now they're at 40%. Fortunately for Hibbing, they are getting better killing the penalties. They are doing a better job, being more aggressive, going at the Hill Murray forwards, making them move the puck. The toughest problem for Hibbing on the power play has been Tom Quinlan in front of the net. He just screens the goaltender, ties up defensemen, and he allows Hill Murray to move that puck around until they get open shots, as Sean Fabian had with a lot of traffic set up in front of Jacklin. Jacklin's got no chance. A shot taken in the net.
There's a look at Bill Olson. And I wonder what's going on through his mind right now. He was talking about how emotional last night's game was, and this is very much like it. And there's Terry Skrypick, who has been through this before. Hibbing was the 1973 state champion, and Hill Murray won in 1983. And the Pioneers are looking for their 3rd berth in the final in 4 years. Underway with the 3rd period, and it's a 2-2 tie. The teams start at full strength. There's a loose puck in front. Jacklin can't get on top of it. It's still loose, and that was almost disaster for the Blue Jackets right off the bat here in this 3rd period. Hill Murray continues to put on the pressure as Quinlan's had a backhand block, and now finally Husman gets possession. Cal Husman's had a strong game on defense. He has his clearing shot blocked. Stops behind the net and now clears it around the boards. Hill Murray trying to put on pressure in the early going. There's his shot off of Jacklin. Around on the near side, Schmaltzbauer the drive, and that didn't miss by much with Quinlan in front. Pioneers off to a good start. John Rue now trying to get possession for Hibbing along with Girardi, and they finally get it out to center. Steve Rollick turns across to Schmaltzbauer. Schmaltzbauer puts it right back in on Jacklin. Moving onto the puck is Johnson. He's out on a line change. And now the Blue Jackets get possession. Around the boards it comes, but Craig Quinlan keeps it in at the point. There's Johnson. He has Miller in front, but the pass is blocked. And finally, Hibbing will carry it out of their own zone. This is Gostad. Nice move in, firing, and Horvath got a piece of that. Great rush by Joe Gostad.
And he made a move to his forehand, which is the most difficult move for a puck carrier to do, and that's what allowed him to get in all alone.
Now the Pioneers clear it back in. That's Johnson after it. He takes a hit from Hardy. Following up on the play is Garraby. He feeds it back. Here's Valento cruising in, sliding it through. He scores! Todd Valento!
Valento taking that pass from Garraby, goes towards the net. He's got nothing to shoot at. He's on the short side. Jacklin goes down to block it. The original shot by Valento was just trying to stuff in the corner, was blocked by Jacklin, but the puck came loose, and Valento was able to push it through his legs. You see Valento with nothing to shoot at, cut for the net. Jacklin holding his ground and makes the initial save right there. The puck's coming loose right between his legs. Valento with his size stopped where he should, right in front, and pushed it in.
He has great size, 6'2", 205, and he just powered his way in and sticks it through the pads at 1:54 of the third period, and the Hill Murray Pioneers lead 3-2. And getting assists on the goal.
Well, Quinlan kept it in, and then the puck went to Garrity. He gave the pass over to Valento. Valento scored, so it'll be Valento from Garrity and Quinlan.
And Quinlan, right. 3-2 early in the third, and that has to be a real emotional lift for the Hill Murray Pioneers, and it works in reverse for the Hibbing Blue Jackets.
Well, Valento did what many people don't do. He stopped after the initial shot and got the rebound. Too often puck carriers go to the net, they take the shot, and they continue on by the net, and the rebound's lying there. Valento stopped. He was in position to put that rebound right between Jacklin's legs and give Hill Murray the lead.
From the faceoff, the Blue Jackets come back, and there's a shot by Wallers just off the mark. Here's a shot from the point, deflected just wide. And now a penalty is coming up against the Pioneers, so Hibbing will have a big chance. Terrell to the point. Waller shot, scores! A deflection off Pete Waller's drive. It's tied at 3.
Well, that shot could have deflected a couple of times. Waller, who's had an outstanding game tonight, kept that puck in just over the blue line. He shot. The puck could have hit. It hit Jeff Blummer, and also could have hit one of his men right in front. You'll see the shot from Wallers right here from the blue line. There's the initial deflection by Blummer, and it might have also hit right in front of the net Tom Sullivan, but it definitely was deflected, and that's why Horvath was handcuffed. There's a shot, the original deflection by Blummer, and it could have had a double deflection by Sullivan. Here's another look at it. There's the one deflection, and that could have been the second one. It definitely did hit Blummer's stick. Well, Sullivan got it also, so a double deflection. Sullivan from Wallers tying this game.
That's a big thrill for Tom Sullivan, and it didn't take long for the Blue Jackets. They only needed 22 seconds to tie the game. It's 3-3.
Well, Wallers deserves something tonight. He's been just outstanding all night long.
Okay, Sullivan from Wallers and Pascuzzi is the official at 2:16, and it's been a great start to the third period. Gostad keeps it in at the point. Blue Jackets have some life now after that quick answer to the Hill Murray Pioneer goal. So with the score, Hibbing 3, Hill Murray 3, this is Hockey 86, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Until this time, until this tape, you've never seen color this bold. A breakthrough in videotape technology. Color as if you were seeing it for the first time. The new Scotch EXG video cassette. Unsurpassed color. Guaranteed for your lifetime.
Available at Dayton's.
Bill Olson keeping that emotional level high at the Hibbing bench. They certainly showed some character bouncing back that quickly. There's a chance in front, and Horvath shows us his glove hand.
Well, John Schwartz got that shot away. He didn't get as much on it as he wanted to. He shot that puck and it was moving a little bit. Watch this shot. It's bouncing, so he gets it going, and it was just sort of fluttering in the air, but Horvath was able to make the save. Horvath better watch that. He threw the puck away after, and the referee's got to go and get it. If you don't watch when you're throwing that puck, sometimes it sticks in your glove and goes over the glass, and you get a delay of game penalty.
Terrell on the draw against Toomey, or Rollick, excuse me, and Rollick comes up with the puck. Up ahead to Toomey. Toomey taking off the puck, and it's John Schwartz, a long lead pass on the far side to Zabachnik, and it was too far. Now it's Toomey into Rollick. Quinlan cruising on the right wing, couldn't take the pass. Quinlan tried to center it, but it ends up on the Hibbing Blue Jacket stick, and John Schwartz will clear the zone, and this is icing against Hibbing. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
With Republic's frequent flyer perk, you get a free trip twice as fast.
Republic Airlines.
Well, Wallers isn't in position to get to that shooter right now. If they lose the draw, he would have been in deep trouble.
Hibbing gets the puck, though, into the corner, and now it's brought out. That's Mark Johnson circling, feeds the point, but it gets by Fabian, and Wallers might have a break. Wallers diving for it, but Schmaltzbauer alertly got back first. That Pete Wallers has been a dangerous man for Hibbing tonight. Pascuzzi in his own zone, off the boards, and now Wallers helps it into the zone. Wallers, Terrell, and Sullivan are out. That's the line that tied the score for Hibbing here in the third period. It's 3-3. Sullivan takes his man to the boards, and it comes back to Horvath. Now Fabian being chased down, but he stays with the puck and carries it out nicely. On the left side, Miller overskated it. Now Terrell backhands it into Hill Murray territory. Schmaltzbauer around the boards for Dan Miller. Miller up ahead to Johnson. He sidestepped the check, but Girardi comes up with it. Here's Paul Girardi scooting in. There's a shot. Horvath made the save on that sharp angle drive. Now out at center ice. It's fed ahead on the left wing, too far for Girardi. It slides down into the Hill Murray zone, and Fabian's there. Sean Fabian, watch out, he'll get checked. And it's Girardi in the corner, centers it out in front. Puck comes to the point. There's the drive, and that went wide off the stick of Mike Hardy. On the other side, a shot kicked out by Rick Horvath. Now Horvath is knocked down, and he's upset. He's going to have to maintain his composure in the net, and they tie it up for a faceoff.
You're right, Chris. He turned his back to the puck in the corner and started arguing with the referee. He's very lucky that a shot wasn't taken at the net. He's got to maintain control of himself, because right now he's more concerned about who's in front of him than he is about the puck. It's one thing if you're going to play. Here he is. Look at Horvath when he gets taken down there. Now watch. He's going to get up and go talk to the referee instead of worrying about where the puck is. You start playing like that, now if Hibbing's right, they'll continue to try and get close to him, but they can't go through the crease. The moment they go in the crease, the faceoff comes outside. In pro, you can skate through the crease, and that's what you would do to try and get him to lose his composure.
Are you sure that isn't Billy Smith in goal there? It's kept in by the Blue Jackets. Here's an opportunity. Schwartz is in front, but they couldn't get him the puck. And now it's shot down the ice by Hill Murray, and this could be icing against the Pioneers. And it is. 9:46 left with the score. Hibbing 3, Hill Murray 3. This is Hockey 86, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Buying a house is fun until it comes to the financing. That can really bog you down. But now there's help. Realty World has merged with TCF. Get the fast financial help you need without that sinking feeling. Realty World and TCF. We've got the pull you need.
Hill Murray allowing the Blue Jacket to be all alone on the left side of the faceoff circle there. If Terrell wins that draw left, they're going to be able to get a good shot away here. There
From
it
the
is.
face-off, they do get the shot. Horvath has to be alert.
They've got to pull someone up on the hash marks there to take that man.
That's been a story in the tournament. So many good shots and goals right from face-off.
There he is. He's all alone on the left side. Kel Huseman, and Terrell just went to him. He did it again.
And they get another shot, weak as it is, but Horvath has to steer it to the corner. And now Hill Murray gets it to the line, but it's kept in. Now the Pioneers work it out, and a pass to Valento. He has a goal in the third period for Hill Murray. Todd Valento, number 11, with the puck. Backhands it in front. And it's now the Hibbing Blue Jackets working back. Steve Terrell with John Schwartz, and the pass for Schwartz was just ahead of him. Gostad to Terrell. Steve Terrell, the senior and a captain on this team, can't get loose, and it comes back out to center. Gostad. Now it's fired to the blue line, and Craig Quinlan has it there. He just takes a shot down deep in Hibbing territory. Pioneers make wholesale changes. 8:53 remaining in the third period. It's 3-3. Here's Trey Toomey, and he took a check from Pete Wallers. Otherwise, he might have been in. Now the puck is off the linesman. They bat away at it, and Toomey takes control. Trey Toomey, the slick center, moves in. There's a shot. That's blocked. Toomey gets his own rebound. Trying to center it, but he is tied up along the boards by Mike Hardy, and they hold it for a faceoff.
Well, Mike Hardy made sure Toomey wasn't going to come by him. He blocked the shot, then he took the puck over in the corner, took Toomey with him, and got the faceoff, getting the line change. Right now, the flow isn't as smooth as you'd like to see, but basically it's because of the intensity and the speed and the checking ability. Both clubs going all out.
From the faceoff, the Blue Jackets had it, lost control, backhand on Jacklin, and he made 2 saves. And now they tie it up. And apparently the net just came off its moorings, but again from a face-off, a couple of good scoring chances.
And those two coming real good backhand shots. When you get 2 backhand shots like Steve Rollick did there, occasionally you might get a goal because it's tough to follow that puck.
It's loose in the circle momentarily, and now the puck comes out to the line and is shot out to center. Steve Stavnes knocking it down into Hill Murray territory. And this is Fabian. On the left side, Steve Rollick, who is the team barber. He got all the players to shave their heads a few weeks ago. There's a shot, deflection, scores! It's Rollick.
Steve Rollick getting that deflection from the shot from the blue line by Sean Fabian, set up 15 feet in front of the net. Really got excited when he deflected that one by, because the goals have been hard to come by for them. But a real good deflection. Look at Rollick, number 19, fighting off a check, getting the stick on it in front of the net. So Rollick deflecting Sean Fabian's shot after Fabian had taken the pass from Toomey, tying this game.
That goal comes at 7:13. Rollick from Fabian and Toomey. There's a look at Steve Rollick, who also got the Clippers out for himself.
Boy, was he excited. He was jumping in the air, and he made a great deflection. He was fighting off a check. And as he did that, he was able to get a stick on it. And actually, that one put Hill Murray ahead 4-3. Right now, with just 7:37 to go.
Can the Blue Jackets come back again? They answered quickly the last time Hill Murray took the lead. But Mark Johnson has it for the Pioneers now. It's Johnson starting down the ice. He gets by Hardy down into the corner. Now takes another hit, and it's cleared around the boards on the near side. Miller gets it to Garraby. He lost it, and John Schwartz starts back. Here's Schwartz firing it in, and Horvath had trouble with that, and it almost beat him. Close call there. Now the Blue Jackets putting on pressure as they put it through the goal crease. Pinching in is Sullivan, but Dan Miller has possession for Hill Murray. Miller having some trouble with it, now gets it out to center and just gets rid of it there. It's fired back in by Husman. Now it's Craig Quinlan for Hill Murray. A long lead pass and a good one. This is Blummer firing. Jacklin with the stop that goes up over the glass and out of play. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, remember to stay away from the power lines.
Thank you. Well, Hibbing's not going to give up, trailing 4-3 with 6:32 to go. They stormed that Hill Murray net. They got a couple of chances. A long shot from Schwartz went right through goaltender Horvath. Just missed the corner.
Doug Terrell, Wallers, and Sullivan are out for Hibbing, and here goes Terrell. He's got Wallers on the right. There's the pass. In it goes. And Wallers couldn't get a good shot away. He was all turned around. That's a tough break because the Blue Jackets had a great scoring chance. As it's whistled down on the offside. Wow.
Good move by Steve Terrell. He was breaking towards the net. He stopped up short so he can have room to operate. At the same time, Wallers breaking for that net was able to just get his stick on it. He couldn't quite control it. And here we see Doug Terrell going, stopping, making a fine pass right there. And as Wallers is going to the net, Sean Fabian just checked him enough to get a stick off that puck.
Blue Jackets seem to dig a little deeper when they're down. Let's see how far they can dig. Right now, Todd Valento digs it free and sends it on the right wing for Blummer, and he is hit hard against the boards. Here's the pass for Blummer, but he's lost his stick, and there's Schmaltzbauer decking a member of the Blue Jackets. So they're starting to throw their weight around. 5:45 remaining, and they call it on a delayed offside as Hibbing took some time getting it out of the zone.
It's a good thing Schmaltzbauer got a piece of him. Otherwise, it would have been a 3-on-1 because everybody else from Hill Murray was caught up deep. Hibbing continuing to press. There's forechecking with a great deal of intensity right now. They know they've got to get that next goal. 5:45 to go, trailing 4-3. A superb hockey game here all night long. Outstanding action. I can't see the championship game being any better than this.
Here's Tom Quinlan, or Rollick with a chance. Rollick feeds it to Toomey. Quinlan's in front. Toomey has the puck. In it goes to Rollick. There's Quinlan. The shot didn't have a whole lot on it. Jacklin kicks it out. Quinlan takes his man to the boards. It's loose behind the net. Cleared around by Gostad. Can they get it out of the zone? Yes, as Girardi sends ahead to John Roux. Roux's shot well wide of the net, and they'd like to get that line of Girardi, Roux, and O'Brien scoring again. They had a goal in the first period. Now it's Steve Terrell, big number 19, working his way into the zone, waits for his teammates to catch up. Now it's cleared around the boards by Zabachnik. On the other side, Schwartz is checked by Tony Schmaltzbauer. Here's Schmaltzbauer, long shot wide of the goal. Quinlan moves in. Quinlan taken to the glass with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in regulation time. It's 4-3 Hill Murray. The last time these two teams met in an official game, it was a 4-3 overtime win for the Pioneers in last year's state tournament quarterfinal.
I wonder if these two teams know any other score.
Hibbing hopes so, because they'd like to get another goal. Here's a loose puck. Garrity the drive. Jacklin with the glove hand, and he'll hold on.
Fine stop by Richie Jacklin right there. Garrity coming across. He shot right in stride. He knows how to score on Hibbing. He had the good fortune of scoring that winner last year.
Are the Blue Jackets starting to gamble, or do you wait a little longer for that?
Oh, they've been gambling a little already, but what they're doing is they're shooting the puck from too far out right now. They've got to start getting control of that blue line of Hill Murray and getting closer. They've been taking too many shots from the blue line, not putting them on the net.
Gostad, a long lead pass for Wallers, who's cruising in the neutral zone. Now here's Doug Terrell. Terrell into the zone, trying to center it. Horvath knocked it off his stick. Defenseman pinches in, and the puck is deflected over the glass and out of play. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
People Express stops in New York. But our low prices don't.
For those of you that are college hockey fans, Denver beat the University of Minnesota Duluth branch 8-2 tonight in the first game of the Total Goal Series in Denver.
From the faceoff, Hibbing gets possession. O'Brien can't get loose. And now it's Hill Murray clearing it down into the Hibbing zone. Valento trying to center it. There's Husman. He passes it around the boards. O'Brien, the long lead pass for John Roux. That was just a stride too far, and it's cleared out to center. Down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in regulation time. The Blue Jackets trail by 1. Here's Blummer, hit as he crossed the line, and Hibbing just sends it out to center. And they tie it up in front of the Hibbing bench for a faceoff.
And the body checking is sure picked up in the latter stages of this hockey game. Now you could see each of the players going at that puck with more intensity, making sure that they're taking the man out so no one's getting free.
If Hill Murray continues to lead and wins this game, it will set up the first championship final rematch since 1963-64, when St. Paul Johnson at International Falls went to the final game 2 years in a row.
I'm certain that Burnsville doesn't care who they play because both of them are good.
Here's a chance and a shot and a goal. Trey Toomey. And it's a 2-goal Hill Murray lead.
Trey Toomey took that deflected shot to the right of Jacklin. He came in, Toomey on his forehand, had a good angle. You see a shot right here. It's going to get deflected off the skate. And sure enough, it goes right to Trey Toomey. He settled that puck down, was able to put it up and over Jacklin. Toomey had to make a smart move. That puck was rolling towards him. But because he's on a good forehand angle right here, he's got that extra 6 feet to shoot at on the far side, and that's what he hit, giving Hill Murray what looks like a commanding lead right now with 2:41 to go, 5-3. And we could have our first rematch of that final game last year.
That's his second of the tournament, 23rd of the year. Trey Toomey may have broken the backs of the Hibbing Blue Jackets.
And those backs are pretty tough to break because Hibbing has been a superb hockey club here tonight. We look at Coach Bill Olson checking the clock. He's going to let his players know when he wants that goaltender pulled.
Toomey's line mates get assists on the goal. Tom Quinlan, another point, along with Steve Rollick. And it was Rollick who put Hill Murray ahead just a few minutes ago. So it's a 5-3 score.
Well, Hibbing had the good fortune to have a deflected puck off a defenseman's skate go to one of their people when they got a goal. Now Hill Murray gets the opportunity. Trey Toomey taking that deflection off a defenseman's leg and puts it by Richie Jacklin for a 2-goal lead. 5-3 Hill Murray, 2:41 to go.
Tell you, lose 17,233 on hand tonight, and they can't say they weren't entertained. This has been a great hockey game. Pete Wallers now trying to get Hibbing back in it. Wallers over the line. Number 14's had a strong game. It comes to the point. There's a shot, and the loose puck is knocked to the corner. Mike Sullivan is there trying to dig it free, but the Pioneers get it outside the line. And now Hill Murray on the counter. Here it is in front. There's a backhand as Miller put it high and over the net. You'll see a lot of that now because Hibbing has to gamble, and they may get caught up ice.
They certainly will. Nick Garraby made the fine play there to Miller. A good backhand pass.
Here's a breakaway for Doug Terrell moving in. He tries to jam it, scores! It's not over yet.
It certainly isn't, and Doug Terrell just wouldn't quit. He got that break all alone, went in and Horvath. Horvath made the initial save. Terrell standing right there in the goal crease with Horvath in the puck. Here he comes. Bangs the rebound in. Here's Terrell. Good speed, cuts for the net. He goes in, gets the initial shot right now, and he'll stand there after that and get the rebound and just bang the rebound right through the legs and home. Boy, oh boy, this Hibbing club will not quit. Look at Terrell again, leaning towards the inside, cutting with speed, getting the initial shot away and stopping. Fortunately, he stopped there.
I'll tell you, this kid's a sophomore. I want to see him when he's a senior. He's a great prospect. Second goal of the game, and it's no wonder those comparisons are being made up in Hibbing.
Good size, too. Already a sophomore at 6 feet, 175. Good idea about the game. He knows enough to cut for the net. He knows to stop. He's made some fine offensive plays here tonight with the puck.
Cal Huseman was the man with the pass, the breakaway pass that sent Terrell in. So it's just a 1-goal deficit, 5-4. Back they come again. This is John Rue. He is checked, and Hill Murray sends it down the ice. That could have been icing.
It is.
And it is icing, despite the fact that goaltender Jacklin came out to play it.
Well, in high school hockey, you just got to go across the goal line, and it's automatic icing. That's what it did. Jacklin was smart enough to make sure he was behind the goal line to touch it.
1 minute, 40 seconds left in regulation time, and I believe Bill Olson will use his timeout.
Well, he'll tell them when to expect the goaltender to be pulled. Richie Jacklin was already standing at the hash marks. He's going to be in position to go to that bench quickly if he doesn't come out right now. And I would think he's going to be coming out within the next 20 seconds or so if he's not out right now. There's nothing to save it for, and this Hibbing club coming back time and time again. Don't you just love it?
This is like a championship game, and it is, because if you don't win here, you're not going to win.
As I was saying earlier, Burnsville doesn't care who they play because there's no easy task here beating either one of these two clubs.
Maybe Tom Osiki's liking what's happening because both teams are spending a lot tonight. You wonder how much they'll have tomorrow.
You're right, Chris. They both had very physical games last night, which might have taken its toll somewhat in this game because they laid off the body checking for 2.5 periods. Then as the game got close to running down and out of time, they started using their bodies much more effectively than they had earlier. It didn't make the game as wide open as it was until Hibbing fell behind 2 goals, but it sure did increase the intensity of the checks that each was laying on the other.
We'll be watching the Hibbing net. There's 1:40 left, and you can bet that with about 1:20 to a minute remaining, that if they get the opportunity, Rich Jacklin will come to the bench. They've got the big guns out now. There's Girardi along with Wallers and Roos, so they are putting together what could be termed a power play unit to try and get the equalizer. Gostad has moved up as well. Gostad goes down from the faceoff as he fights for it. It's cleared up the boards, and the Pioneers get it out to center. John Rue fell down as he tried to move it back in. Here's a breakaway for Quinlan. Tom Quinlan shooting Jacklin with a game saver. Back comes the Blue Jackets. There's 1:15 left, and now another big break for the Pioneers. It's Quinlan in the slot for Rollick. Rollick shooting. Jacklin got his blocker on that. And now they rule that the puck was gloved ahead. 1:06 left, and we'll get a face-off outside the Hibbing zone.
Well, Sean Fabian just made 2 superb plays in this last minute. He fed this pass to Quinlan. Quinlan, coming in all alone, was stoned by Richie Jacklin. A great play by the goaltender Jacklin. But Sean Fabian saw Quinlan alone. He got him that lead pass. Then the puck turned over, and Hibbing came down 4-on-2, and he broke that play up at the blue line. A great play by Sean Fabian. Otherwise, Hibbing would have been set up in that offensive zone with a good opportunity to tie the game.
Looked like a blue wave coming down the ice until Fabian interrupted it. Less than a minute to go, and the goaltender is out. Jacklin has gone to the bench. Hibbing has an extra attacker, but the puck slides out to center. Gostad goes back for it. It's loose at the line. That net is open. And now it goes back into the Pioneer zone. Puck is knocked towards the referee. It's loose in the corner. Terrell goes after it. So does Girardi. It comes to the line, kept in by Terrell. Now it's cleared out to center, and there's 30 seconds left. Doug Terrell has 2 goals tonight. Off the boards to Girardi. Yet to score in the tournament. Steve Terrell off the boards, and Rick Horvath will hold on with 19 seconds left in regulation time.
And that's what Hibbing wanted to do right now, is get a face-off, take time to set up, let the players know what they want done. They had a little difficulty getting the puck in the zone, and a fine play again by Fabian, getting the puck to Quinlan on the right board. And Quinlan very wisely just dumped it out the center rather than trying to ice the puck for an open net, because that would have brought the face-off back 20 seconds earlier. Now Hibbing with 19 seconds on the board will line up. They'll try and get that face-off and get the shooter to get a shot on net. Actually, I would think that they might use a left-hand draw, but Steve Terrell obviously got to be their best face-off man. So Wallers will take the shot.
Terrell against Johnson. They get the draw. Wallers shooting. Horvath the stop. They got the big shot on goal, and Horvath comes up even bigger. Blue Jackets keep it in the zone, but can they get another shot? Here it comes to center, and that should about do it. The puck in the center ice zone, and time runs out on the Hibbing Blue Jackets. It's a rematch of last year's championship final as the Hill Murray Pioneers join Burnsville in the championship game.
And it's a rematch only because of the brilliant save by Horvath off Pete Wallers with 17 seconds to go after Steve Terrell cleanly won the draw. And a screen was set up in front, and Horvath just got his stick on it. What a great save and a great victory on a finely played. You can't find a better hockey game than this.
You sure can't. And it was a tough way for Hill Murray, or for Hibbing to go down for the second year in a row by a goal. This was like an overtime game, but it sure was a memorable one, and Hibbing has no reason to hang their head. They put on quite a show tonight.
Well, I certainly hope that we're going to see the equivalent of this game tomorrow night between Hill Murray and Burnsville. Watch this last save. Here's the draw, cleanly won. A shot right there, and what a fine save by Horvath, because Wallers got all he had on that one. Wallers with an outstanding 2 games here thus far, thwarted by Horvath. The game ends Hill Murray 5, Hibbing 4. Hill Murray going on to the championship game against Burnsville.
You know, some people don't like the cockiness that some goaltenders like Billy Smith or Rick Horvath show, but when they back it up with saves like that, then you got to admire them.
Many times they back it up because they believe in themselves like that. They like the pressure, they like the situation, and they feel confident that they're going to do the job, and they do it.
Well, we salute the Hibbing Blue Jackets. They put on quite an effort tonight, but it's the Hill Murray Pioneers going back in the championship game, and it's a rematch of last year's final. Gentlemen?
Okay, thank you, Chris and Louie. I don't think that has to be the most exciting period of hockey that we've had to date. And now we have our finalists set, and 5 goals, no less, scored after it was 2-2 after 2.
10 times this year, Hibbing has come back to win. They came oh so close tonight. Ricky Horvath is about as feisty a hockey goal you'll ever find in high school, using his stick for other means besides stopping the pucks at times. Really came up with the save of the game, as we just saw with Pete Wallers. And Tony Parker is here with the coach and one of the heroes of the game tonight.
Okay, Trey Toomey, you assisted on Steve's goal that made it 4-3. Then you got one. Did you know how important that number 5 was going to be?
No, I didn't. I thought we could hang on, but Hibbing's a great team, and they didn't want to lose, so they're coming hard after us. But it was nice to get that insurance goal.
Okay, 3 years out of 4, it's going to be Hill Murray and Burnsville. What can you do that you haven't done the past, Terry?
Not much. We're looking forward to the game tomorrow night. We feel really glad about tonight because we played very well, but we know Burnsville's got a great team, and we're looking forward to playing them tomorrow night.
Very physical game, Trey?
Yeah, it was a physical game. Hibbing plays a tough game.
Did you save a little bit for tomorrow?
No, we're going all out tonight, but I think we'll have some leftovers against Burnsville.
Everybody's going to be up tomorrow, right, Terry?
We'll definitely be up. When you're in state championship final, you have to be up.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
Good luck, Trey. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Tony, and a good point there. I wonder how much left these 2 teams will have for tomorrow, especially Hill Murray after this game.
Ralph, I'm sure the sight of the Burnsville uniforms was all that Hill Murray is going to need, and all I have to do is look at the scoreboard from last year. It was 4-3 Burnsville last year. Hill Murray, I'm sure, will be ready, as will Tom Lisiki's Burnsville Braves. Live from the St. Paul Civic Center, this is continuing action of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Milk's got the kick that gives you more. Health kick. More nutrition in every pour. Health kick. I'm watching my weight and milk fits right in, 'cause it's loaded with calcium and vitamins. Kick. So get all the health kick and let it pour. America's favorite Health Kick. Get all the Health Kick, milk's got more. Have more milk, 'cause milk's got more.
Every day, more Americans work with Chevys than any other truck.
Up early, USA. There's a lot of work you gotta do every day. And when push comes to shove, nothing works like a Chevy truck.
Now get low 9.9 financing on new 10 and 20 series 2- and 4-wheel drive Chevy pickups.
Nothing works like a Chevy. Oh yeah, Chevy.
Supremes. Our superior fit means better performance. With Super Feet, precisely aligning body weight to blade. Flow Light, perfectly conforming to the ankle. And now the revolutionary new Form Fit tongue, adding superb comfort.
The new Bauer Supreme Custom 1000, the Fit Triangle, is now complete.
Recently, Chi-Chi's Mexican restaurant sent its master chef Tomas to a new place to look for recipes. He has just returned. The result is shrimp chihitas. Tender shrimp sizzling on a blackened iron skillet, simmering in seasoned butter. You can even wrap them in warm tortillas. It's one of our many regional seafood feasts of Mexico, all at great prices. Chi-Chi's, reaching new depths to bring you great food.
It'll be Hill Murray and Burnsville in a rematch for the State High School Hockey Championship tomorrow night. And what an exciting third period. Hill Murray broke on top here 4-3 as Steve Rollick will score. Sean Fabian gets the assist. Rollick, many scouts feel, is the best player on this Hill Murray club. The deflection by Steve Rollick, and that made it 4-3. Here's another look at it. Sean Fabian will get the shot, and Jacqueline just didn't have a chance. 4-3. Hill Murray then made it up by 2. 5-3. Here's Trey Toomey, who Tony Parker just talked with, scored the goal. It actually went off of Gostad's skate there. Hibbing defenseman's skate enabled Toomey to get control of the puck, and that made it 5-3. Here's another look at it. Gostad in the middle inadvertently gave the puck over to Toomey. That made it 5-3. But Hibbing came back strong again. Sophomore Doug Terrell will go in on goal here. Horvath will make the initial save, but watch Terrell. He just would not quit. His second goal of the game. He's only a sophomore, and this will make it 5-4. But then Hibbing pulled its goalie, came up with one last chance, but Ricky Horvath came up with the save of the game and probably the save of his career, stopping Pete Wohlers with 17 seconds left. And Hill Murray escapes with their lives. 5-4 was the final. Another look at it as Ricky Horvath came up with the save. And speaking of Ricky Horvath, Ralph John Fritz is over in our interview set with the hero of tonight's game, Rick Horvath. RJ?
Okay, congratulations, Ricky. First off, was that the biggest save against Wohlers?
Oh, definitely. It's the biggest one I've come up with. Just lucky that I made the save. I picked it off with my stick.
You chewed your team out after you're trailing against Richfield after one period. What did you say tonight?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really chew them out against Richfield. I guess I just tried to get them going. It was a little chewing out, but not too bad. We just went in there. We told them to stay confident. We got 20 guys that can do it, and we did it.
Rick, a lot's been said about your feistiness out there. A la Billy Smith using the stick. Is that something you've done from small on?
Yeah, I like to get into the game. It gets me more into the game, I guess.
But are you concerned about picking up penalties?
Not really. The refs tell me when I'm getting out of hand, I guess, and they keep me under control.
Have you been looking forward to meeting Burnsville?
Yeah, last year is a big game, and I guess that they were the better team last year. When it came down to it, they did it, and we didn't. But we're looking forward to a good game again this year.
Nice going again, Rick. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Rick Horvath, goaltender of the Hill Murray Pioneers.
Okay, Ralph, and of course, Ricky Horvath and the Hill Murray Pioneers will get their chance for revenge tomorrow night when they play the Burnsville Braves in the title game. Now, let's take a look at the tourney scoring leaders as we stand right now, and Scott Bloom of Burnsville is waiting in the wings. He leads tournament scoring right now, 3 goals and 4 assists. The Sauer of Bemidji with 6 points, followed by Tom Quinlan of Hill Murray, and also Rollick and Toomey, the threesome from the Hill Murray Pioneers, and Meyer of Bemidji also with 5 points. So that's where we stand right now. It'll be Hill Murray and Burnsville for the State High School Hockey Championship. Our coverage will begin at noon tomorrow with a consolation championship. And that'll begin at noon, as I mentioned, and it'll be Bloomington Jefferson against Bemidji for the consolation title at 12:05. Following that game at 3:05 tomorrow, the third place championship, and that'll be Duluth Denfeld against Hibbing. It'll be a battle for the North. Hibbing is 19-7 in state tournament games. They have always gone home with the trophy. They won the consolation title a year ago. I'm sure they'd rather be playing, obviously, for that championship trophy, but Hibbing manages to always come back. They've never left here without any hardware. And then tomorrow night, the big one, a rematch from last year. Burnsville won this one 4-3 a year ago. It'll be Burnsville and Hill Murray for the state title game at 7:35. We will have a special countdown to championship show at 7 o'clock. Ricky Horvath just barely caught his breath. All of us have been trying to catch ours after that tremendous semifinal game tonight, Ralph.
You know, as I was just talking with Rick Horvath, I can't believe that people like Rick Horvath or Rollick of Hill Murray or even Girardi of Hibbing have not really had that many Division I offers yet. But this is a showcase for them, and I'm sure they're on the way.
May not get any better than what we just saw tonight.
It was a beauty, and I think we're going to have another one tomorrow night.
That's it from the St. Paul Civic Center. For Ralph John Fritz, this is Mark Rosen. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.